Let's look at this post processor, which is prepared for a CNC with FANUC controller. Drill cycle commands for each different cycle can be defined either in the top-level operation or inside other operations. Mostly in milling machines, they are defined at the top level. Here is the list of cycle commands defined in this post processor. However, this is not the complete list. If you think your cycle is not present here, you can add it on your own. Let's first look at format cycle drill command, which is used for standard drill cycles. Here are the words we use in this command. With these words, the output in C lines will look like this. Now let's take a closer look at the word feed rate mode. All cycles have this word as common. Right-clicking and selecting Go to Word will immediately open the editing tab of this word. This word defines whether the feed rate will be in per minute or per revolution. On milling machines, we mostly use feed rate per minute. However, in tapping cycles and in turning operations, either feed rate per minute or per revolution can be used. It is therefore important to include the word feed rate mode at the start of each drilling cycle to avoid errors. In some ISO-based controllers, G94 is used for feed rate per minute, and G95 is used for feed rate per revolution. And in some others, G98 and G99 are used instead. Let's now look at drill cycle type word. As you can see, all G codes for different drilling cycles are defined here. Note that, for standard drill cycles, you can also use G81 instead of G82. But we mostly prefer to use G82, since this allows the cutting tool to dwell at the bottom of the hole, and this increases drilling depth accuracy. Also note that, this word is defined as modal. This means if two G81 cycles will come one after another, second G81 will not be written in the NC program. Drill cycle, absolute clearance chord is used to describe the R plane, in other words, clearance plane. The value defined in this word is printed as R parameter in ISO format. The R value is often the distance of the R plane from work offset 0. However, in some controllers, this can also be used as the incremental distance from the initial drill starting plane to R plane. In that case, you cannot use the word drill cycle absolute clearance chord. You have to define a new formula variable and a word. Drill cycle absolute depth chord is used to define the depth of the drilling hole. Z is the parameter to define this value. This value should always be given as the distance from the Z coordinate of the drilling depth to work offset 0. Now, let's look at format cycle brake chip. This command is used in brake chip cycles. And in this cycle, instead of retracting completely out of the hole, cutting tool retracts a small amount after each drilling step. Drill cycle type word is adjusted as G73 for this cycle type. The other difference in this command is, there is the drill cycle step word here. The value defined in this word is printed as Q parameter in ISO format. And this parameter defines the depth of each peck. Note that this value is always incremental. Let's now look at format cycle peck command. This command is used for deep hole drilling cycles. Unlike brake chip cycles, cutting tool completely retracts the hole after each peck. The words defined in this command are exactly the same as the brake chip command. The only difference here is, drill cycle type word activates G83 code instead of G73. Now, let's look at format cycle ream. We use this for reaming cycles. And the words we use for format cycle ream is same with format cycle drill. The only difference is the G code called by drill cycle type word. G85 is called here. Lastly, let's look at format cycle tap, which is used for tapping cycles. G84 code is called by the drill cycle type word here. Note that there is a subcommand here for tapping cycle. This subcommand will be active only for the first drilling point of each tapping cycle in an operation. You can also define other subcommands like this for all drilling cycle commands if you need. This subcommand is used to print the M80 code and spindle speed word just before the first tapping cycle starts. Let's do not forget format cycle off command. This command is used to cancel the active drilling cycle. These are the main cycles we use in Monospace Developer. However, there are other cycles as well. If you want to use any of these cycles, just define the related G-code in drill cycle type word. But before, check that these cycles are supported by the CAM system you use.